Our work at the Berry Center is grounded in my family's work. My grandfather John Berry Sr. and his sons, my uncle John Berry and my father Wendell. Last year we celebrated the lead up to Earth Day with readings from my father's essay, Think Little, written for a speech given on the first Earth Day. We published segments of that essay on Facebook. This year we decided to do it again with readings from the essay Solving for Pattern, written in 1980 and published in the collection of essays called The Gift of Good Land. Just so that I would be as exquisitely uncomfortable as possible, it was decided by some of my co-workers at the center that I would read some of those pieces. My father's writings guide us in our work and give us a way of checking what we are doing. Sometimes we are lucky enough to have him come to the center to meet with us and to provide counsel and advice. Often I go to him with my concerns and questions about what we are doing here. In fact, when I was writing this introduction, he called me up and clarified for me a few things from a conversation we had yesterday. I could not do without him. Solving for pattern is what we are doing at the center. That work must start with an inventory of what you've got to work with and what is against you. This keeps us from throwing general solutions at specific problems. We've had enough of that. I have been so lucky to have him as my father, and I am moved to share him with all of you, even if it is on a medium that he doesn't admire, use, or trust. Here he is. Solving for pattern. Our dilemma in agriculture now is that the industrial methods that have so spectacularly solved some of the problems of food production have been accompanied by side effects so damaging as to threaten the survival of farming. Perhaps the best clue to the nature and the gravity of this dilemma is that it is not limited to agriculture. My immediate concern here is with the irony of an agricultural methods that destroy first the health of the soil and finally the health of communities. But I could just as easily be talking about sanitation systems that pollute, school systems that graduate illiterate students, medical cures that cause disease, or nuclear armaments that explode in the midst of the people they are meant to protect. This is a kind of surprise that is characteristic of our time. The cure proves incurable. Security results in the evacuation of a neighborhood or a town. It is only when it is understood that our agricultural dilemma is characteristic not of our agriculture, but of our time, that we can begin to understand why these surprises happen and to work out standards of judgment that may prevent them.